Hey everyone, it's day 3 recapping E3 2012, RetrowareTV.com's coverage. Alongside Joey Rudisena, Eric Lappy, we also have Justin Juwario Carmichael. And so we're going to go over the best third-party titles that we enjoyed on the third day of E3. So Joey, we're going to start with you. What was your favorite third-party game?
Well, I was lucky enough to see a live demo of new SimCity. Like a lot of other franchises, they're just skewing the number system and they're going SimCity. One of the things I actually really enjoyed about it was this so-called glass box simulation engine that they developed. It's basically, everything is really integrated. You know, you can actually see your Sims moving in, you can see them going to work, you can watch Pat as he looks at the booth babes walk by. What? Yeah. And actually, something that a lot of people have been kind of bemoaning is the always-on connectivity. You have to be connected online. Basically, the idea is that you can have a city, it can specialize in one thing like tourism or industry or something like that, and you can pool resources with other cities around you and make big projects like an airport. Not every city is going to have an airport because not every city in real life has an airport. It's very interesting and it runs a lot more like a real city than any other SimCity game before it. I'm really anxious to see it come out in February.
And I got to play Zombie U on Wii U. That was a fun game, interesting game, yes. You know, I guess I did say on the first day that FPSs aren't my thing necessarily, but
You lied.
I lied, no. I play some, you know, like Left 4 Dead and stuff like that, so, you know, it's another zombie-themed game, but it was really awesome because, you know, I actually got to play it with Pat, and, you know, so I was the survivor and he was the zombies.
So Zombie U was showing off the asymmetrical gameplay. You had Eric was the survivor for Capture the Flag mode. Then I on the tablet was controlling hordes of zombies, and almost like a real-time strategy game. So we were having two entirely different gameplay modes at the same time, and I thought it was fantastic.
I was playing, and you can like blast off limbs and, you know, heads and whatnot, and actually I was blasting off some of the limbs of your zombies, and that was affecting your play.
There was a strategic element to this because there was a limited number of zombies you could have on your team at the same time. So if he was blowing off zombie legs, they were useless to me, but they weren't dead. So I had to like clear them out myself before I could add in fresh zombies. So I could picture it being a really fun multiplayer theme besides just everyone shooting zombies. Now we have something with the asymmetrical gameplay, two different experiences at one. Keeping with the first-person shooter theme, probably one of the biggest games here, and will be one of the biggest games next year, is Aliens Colonial Marines. Now Eric and I had a chance to play this. It's a Gearbox game, Sega's publishing it. And it's going to live up to the hype. They had 6-on-6 aliens versus Marines. The aliens are being played by the developers, and they destroyed us. But it harkens back to the two Alien vs. Predator titles on the PC, and of course the original Atari Jaguar Aliens vs. Predator. And yeah, you had them aliens scaling the wall, killing you up close with melee attacks. You had to fight them off with your rifle and shotgun. And this is going to be balls to the wall action. This is where the Wii U tablet is going to come into play, because in the game we were playing on the 360 controller, correct? And you can click a button to bring up your motion tracker. However, on the tablet, it's pretty much been confirmed that your tracker will always be on your tablet. You can just look at it while you're playing and move around. So that's just right there. That sells me on the Wii U version right there. And again, that's what Nintendo should be pumping about their product, is that this is going to be great. Asymmetrical gameplay, different gameplay, and Aliens Colonial Marines is going to capitalize on that.
For me, I really liked Epic Mickey 2. I played the first one and I really enjoyed it. And this one just brings more into it, but it also brings two-person play. Psycho Taku and myself both played this game, and it was just a lot of fun. And here come the ears right there, the Oswald ears that we got. And Oswald actually plays differently from Mickey. Mickey has his brush that can shoot out turpentine, or it can shoot out paint. So you can either make things friendly or make things, or destroy things. That actually changes the gameplay. Epic Mickey has the brush, but Oswald he helps you by destroying enemies with electricity or kind of freezing them in place. You can also help each other get to higher places that you wouldn't be able to normally. So it really brings out a lot of things, and it's very family friendly, which is a good thing too. And it was very impressive. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to playing it.
All right, final thoughts for day 3 at E3. What else did you like?
So we got to see a live. Wow. We got to see a live demo of Star Trek. New game coming out next year. It takes place in between the two movies, the one that already came out, the J.J. Abrams one, and the one coming out next summer. Has all the voice actors. They showed two people, one was Spock, one was Kirk. And they were both, fighting. The secret enemy is the Gorn. Confirmed. Spoilers. I'm sorry. If you didn't want to know that, don't listen to what I just said 5 seconds ago. But yeah, I thought it seemed pretty interesting. I asked about ship combat, couldn't confirm anything. There's a lot more work to be doing. Something else we did, Eric and I, was the Avengers for Kinect fighting game. What'd you think?
Hulk smash confirmed.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it seems like the kind of game that was fun for 5 minutes. A little tiring.
Four, 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
for like 2 rounds
Yeah,
worth,
yeah.
except we played 3 rounds.
Just because you won mostly is why.
Yeah. And it's not all didn't always read the motions well.
Because I'm kind of gangly, so it couldn't really.
You are very.
It couldn't read me very well.
Kind of ugly.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, I just can't see it being a game you want to play for an hour or so at a time.
I was very impressed by NBA baller beats. This is going to sell like gangbusters because when you're thinking about games like, Guitar Hero, what should you combine with that? What's missing from that? Basketball dribbling. So this is going to be very good for that market who wants to play Guitar Hero with a basketball, who has a hardwood floor in their house, in their living room.
But no, you're missing the game of the year that was presented at the Microsoft. You think it's the catapult, where you put your hands together and you pull back, and then you can fly your cannonball. You fly. It was amazing. Oh my goodness, it was so good. That's the game of the year. That's the game of E3.
And now we come to the award that RetrowareTV is going to give to the E3 retro-themed game of the show. Justin?
Well, the movie's coming out from Disney very, very soon. It's on the iPod and the tablet and all these. It's Wreck-It Ralph, and it has a great feel to it. And it looks like it could have been a game that came out in the early, to the mid '80s, and the only difference was that you can't use a pad on it, so you can't hook up your old Nintendo joystick to like a USB port, and you can't do that. The controls are a little big for me, who wants to have. The controls are about that big, and for wanting to move your finger very tiny in tiny motions, it just doesn't work. But it exists, and it's fun. It's actually a fun game. So that's mine.
I'm going to go with the obvious, and that's Double Dragon Neon. It captures the heart of the 80s original, especially 1 and 2. Very smooth gameplay. They added this 80s feel to it. We discussed a little bit on day 2. And yeah, the multiplayer is great. The soundtrack is beefed up from the original. They added a couple little features like the bro moves with the claps. High five. And I think it's going to do very well.
I will say Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate. I wanted to play more of it. No. It's another one of those Metroidvania games, and formula's been pretty much the same since Symphony of the Night, we said. But hey, I want to play more of it. I got to play some of it, but I want to play it. More of it.
If I'm going to go with retro-themed game of the show, I think I also have to give it to Double Dragon Neon, just because it's so crazy 80s with broing out all over the place. If I can tweak a little bit the definition of retro-themed game, I want to give a special mention to Ni no Kuni, which is the JRPG coming out by level 5 on the PS3. It's beautiful. It's great. I mean, they tweak things, but it's a classic JRPG, and I always love those things. It's going back. It's got a pedigree of almost 2 decades, so gotta love it.
And that wraps up our E3 coverage, RetrowareTV. We are a little tired here, so we might just take a little nap, but we'll see you guys hopefully next year.